You're not waiting for your dream life. Actually, your dream life is waiting for you in a dimension you haven't tuned into yet. This might sound outrageous at first, but stay with me, because what you're about to understand could collapse years of struggle into 30 days of alignment. Right now, as you're watching this, there are infinite versions of you that already exist in a state of pure possibility. One of them is already living your dream life, not because they worked harder, not because they were luckier, but because they tuned into the reality that matched their inner frequency. This is not fantasy. This is physics, specifically quantum mechanics. The classical world, the one you were taught in school, says that objects exist in a fixed state, and you must push, pull, and hustle to move them. But in the quantum world, particles don't behave like that. They don't exist in one place doing one thing. They exist in a state called superposition, a field of multiple potential realities all happening at once. Let's break that down. Imagine standing in front of a wall of radio dials. Each dial represents a different version of reality. One plays the struggling, overwhelmed station. Another plays stagnant but safe. But somewhere among them is the dial that's broadcasting your fulfilled, abundant, peaceful life right now. The only thing stopping you from hearing it is your current setting. So what changes the dial? Not hard work alone, not just affirmations. It's consciousness, your focused, coherent awareness. The quantum field, by its very nature, doesn't create from effort. It responds to vibration. It mirrors back the signal you're radiating, not the one you're begging for. Now here's where it gets wild. Science has shown us that particles remain in a state of probability until they are observed. This is the infamous double-slit experiment where photons, particles of light, behave like a wave, a field of potential when unobserved, but collapse into a particle, a fixed outcome the moment someone looks. Why does that matter to you? Because the universe is doing the same thing. It remains open, fluid, full of possibility until you observe it with conviction, until you assign meaning, direct energy, and emotionally align with an outcome. That's when a potential timeline becomes a real solid experience. Not because you forced it, but because you focused it. And this is where most people go wrong. They try to force their reality through action while still vibrating in the frequency of doubt, frustration, or need. That's like trying to get a country music station to play jazz by yelling at the radio. It doesn't work, not because the jazz station isn't real, but because you're tuned to the wrong signal. The quantum field, which physicists like Max Planck and David Bohm described as the underlying fabric of reality, isn't physical. It's vibrational. It's non-local. And most importantly, it doesn't care about what you want. It responds to what you are. Quantum physics has revealed something extraordinary. Reality is not as solid as it seems. You might be wondering, if I can choose reality, why haven't I already quantum jumped? The answer lies in your subconscious. Studies show that 95% of your thoughts, emotions, and actions are driven by subconscious programming. If your subconscious is filled with beliefs like, I'm unworthy, or money is hard to get, then no matter how much you consciously desire abundance, your subconscious keeps tuning you back to the wrong frequency. This is why change often feels impossible. You're trying to build a new life with old code. Quantum jumping requires subconscious reprogramming, rewriting the signal you're sending into the field. Here's the radical truth. Creating your dream life isn't about harder work. It's about higher frequency. We've been trained to believe success requires grinding, hustling, exhausting ourselves. But quantum mechanics shows us a different law. Reality organizes itself around vibration. When you raise your frequency, opportunities, people, and ideas naturally align with you. It's not magic, it's physics. You don't chase the dream life. You become the frequency of the dream life, and then it has no choice but to show up. Clarity of vision. Define your dream life vividly. Not vague hopes, but specific details. What do you see, hear, feel? Who are you in that timeline? Emotional broadcasting. Generate the feelings of already living it. Gratitude, joy, confidence. Your emotions are the frequency carrier. Subconscious reprogramming. Use affirmations, visualization, and repetition to overwrite old beliefs. Morning and night are the most powerful times. Embodiment actions. Take small, aligned actions daily as if you are already that version of yourself. Behavior confirms frequency. Surrender and trust. Release the when and how. Quantum shifts require openness, not control. Do this consistently, and within 30 days, the field begins to rearrange itself around your new vibration. How do you know it's working? The quantum field gives feedback. You'll notice sudden synchronicities like meeting the right person at the right time, old habits or relationships falling away effortlessly, a deep inner calm even before results appear, small wins that mirror your larger dream, glimpses of the new timeline anchoring in. Don't dismiss these signs as coincidence. They are confirmations that you've tuned into the frequency of your higher self. Think of the countless people who've experienced dramatic shifts once they changed their frequency. People who were broke and suddenly attracted opportunities. People who were heartbroken and suddenly met their soulmate. People who were lost and suddenly found their purpose. Were these miracles? Or were they the physics of vibration at work? The truth is, every one of them stopped living in the static of old beliefs and tuned into the broadcast of a new reality. If it worked for them, why not you? Here's a simple daily practice you can start tonight. Morning. Sit quietly, breathe deeply, and imagine your dream life as vividly as possible. Feel the emotions of living it. Whisper, I collapse this reality now. Daytime. Whenever doubt arises, shift into gratitude. Gratitude is the shortcut frequency. Evening. As you fall asleep, replay your dream life in your mind. Let your subconscious marinate in the new signal overnight. Do this for 30 days and watch how reality bends. But let's be real, most people never quantum jump. Why? Because they give up too soon. They observe the field with impatience, doubt, and fear. And in doing so, they collapse back into their old reality. Quantum jumping requires consistency, trust, and emotional mastery. It's not about forcing the universe. It's about tuning yourself until the universe has no choice but to mirror you. At its core, quantum jumping is not about getting something out there. It's about becoming someone in here. The dream life is not a destination. It's an identity. The version of you who already has the life you want thinks differently, feels differently, acts differently. When you embody that now, not tomorrow, not someday, the external reality has to catch up. You don't chase the dream, you become the dream. So here's the truth you came for. Your dream life is not in the future. It's not waiting on a lottery ticket or someone else's permission. It already exists, right now, in this moment, in a parallel version of you. The question is not whether it exists. The question is whether you will tune into it. In the next 30 days, you have a choice. To keep observing the old reality, the one filled with doubt, limitation, and fear. Or to step into the quantum field with courage, with clarity, with trust, and collapse a new timeline. Imagine this. 30 days from now, you wake up and something feels different. The air feels lighter. Opportunities flow easier. You feel calm, guided, powerful, and you realize you didn't become this person. You remembered this person. One of the most famous experiments in physics, the double slit experiment, shows us just how strange and powerful reality truly is. When particles like electrons are fired at a screen with two slits, they behave like waves, creating patterns of probability. But the moment they are observed, the pattern collapses, and they behave like particles. What does this mean? It means matter responds to observation. Consciousness, awareness itself, changes the outcome of reality. If electrons, the very building blocks of the universe, respond to being observed, then what do you think happens when you direct focused thought, emotion, and intention toward your dream life? You're not just hoping, you're collapsing. Another principle is quantum entanglement. Two particles can become linked so deeply that even across vast distances, a change in one instantly affects the other. No delay, no separation. This hints at something extraordinary. You and your dream life are already entangled. The version of you that has everything you desire isn't far away. It's connected to you now. When you shift internally, the entangled version of reality shifts in response. That's why sometimes results feel instant, like reality bent overnight. The universe doesn't need time. It only needs alignment. To lock into a new reality, you must master 3 emotional codes. Gratitude, the frequency of already having. Gratitude signals to the field, it is done. Joy, the energy of expansion. Joy accelerates the collapse of new realities. Faith, the stabilizer. Without faith, you slip back into old vibrations. With faith, you hold the frequency until reality crystallizes. Think of them as the password, the access codes to unlock your chosen timeline. Here's how to structure your quantum jump journey. Week 1, awareness and clarity. Write your dream life in detail. Identify limiting beliefs. Begin gratitude journaling. Week 2, emotional broadcasting. Daily visualization with deep feeling. Anchor emotions of joy and certainty. Practice short frequency resets whenever doubt arises. Week 3, embodiment. Start living as your dream self. Speak differently. Dress differently. Take actions that align with your new identity. Week 4, surrender and integration. Release the need to control. Trust the process. Let synchronicities guide you. Watch for signs and confirmations. By day 30, your old self will feel like a stranger. Here's how to structure your quantum jump journey. Week 1, awareness and clarity. Write your dream life in detail. Identify limiting beliefs. Begin gratitude journaling. Week 2, emotional broadcasting. Daily visualization with deep feeling. Anchor emotions of joy and certainty. Practice short, frequency resets whenever doubt arises.